So good evening, guys. We'll be talking about a play today, Harold Pinter's The Betrayal. The play was written in 1978 and the play is supposed to be a bit autobiographical, as it draws on Pinter's personal life. But before I go into the play, before I start discussing the plot, which is what we are going to do today, I want to give you a certain background about Harold Pinter as a playwright. Pinter started his career as a playwright in the 1950s. So he is junior to Samuel Beckett and he is a contemporary of John Osborne. Pinter's first plays are very straightforwardly in the genre of the theatre of the absurd. Pinter was heavily influenced by Samuel Beckett, Eugene Ionesco, and other such playwrights of that particular genre, the theatre of the absurd, and Pinter chose to start his career as an absurdist playwright. Pinter's career as a playwright is usually divided into three stages. The first stage, which made Pinter famous, which made Pinter who he is today, is, as I said, belongs to the theatre of the absurd period. His very famous plays, he started off with writing one-act plays. The Room is one of his famous absurdist play, The Dumb Waiter, and The Birthday Party. The Birthday Party was his first full-length play, written around 1954, so a contemporary of Osborne. The Caretaker, which was his first hit play. It was a hit in the theatres. The Homecoming, the first plays of Pinter, these are all plays of the absurdist tradition. The second stage, Pinter started dealing with human relationships. This stage of Pinter is usually known as memory plays. The first plays are the absurdist plays, and the second stage are the memory plays. The first stage is also known as comedy of menace. Pinter's first plays were given a particular name by critics. They were referred to as comedy of menace because of the darkness in them, because of the horror in them. The second stage, where Pinter became much more realistic and started dealing with human relationships, are known as memory plays, because these are plays where Pinter plays a lot, experiments a lot with human memory, with what we remember and what we forget, what we choose to remember, how we choose to remember it, what we choose to forget, how we forget it. So Pinter's second stage is a set of plays which are known as memory plays. The third stage, when Pinter became a matured playwright, Pinter became a much more political writer. We are not concerned about that right now. The play that we are dealing with, Betrayal, written in 1978, falls in that middle stage when Pinter has moved away from the absurdist tradition, so to say, and Pinter is writing plays about human relationships, memory plays and plays about human relationships. In this play too, Pinter experiments with language, experiments with form, experiments with memory, human memory, how we remember things. I'll give you the plot in a while, you will understand. What Pinter, this is something important that you need to remember, what Pinter carries on from his first stage as an absurdist playwright is this. This is something that remains with Pinter throughout his life as a playwright. Pinter is extremely suspicious of language. Pinter does not believe, we discussed this in class before, Pinter and Beckett. Pinter does not believe, Harold Pinter does not believe that we use language in order to communicate emotions. We do not use language to communicate. Pinter believes that we use language to hide ourselves. We use language as we use clothes. We use clothes to hide our nakedness. We use language to hide the nakedness of our soul. We obfuscate, we hide, we divert, we deviate. We do everything possible with language so that our real selves are not revealed in front of other people. So there are only moments in Pinter's plays where real communication takes place. These are, when real communication takes place, these are scary moments. These are moments of crisis. These are moments of panic, of crisis, when people are naked in front of each other. Otherwise, we are always using language to be polite, to be nice, to hide emotions, to deceive people, to obfuscate our actual feelings, real feelings. So we are playing around with words. So communication in Pinter's plays, dialogues in Pinter's plays becomes, just like Beckett, becomes a word game. This is true for plays written in the absurdist tradition. These are true for plays written in the memory tradition, which are way more realistic. This is more or less the introduction. I am hoping that you will soon finish reading the play. I am hoping that you have started reading the play. So I am going to give you the plot of the play right now. And we'll talk about the formal and structural experiments that Pinter does with the play. Betrayal is a play about an illicit affair. It has three characters: Emma, Robert, and Jerry. Emma and Robert are married to each other. Robert is a publisher. He publishes books. He's a publisher. Emma is his wife. Jerry is an author's agent. You know, authors have their agents who kind of act as a go-between between the author and the publisher. So Jerry is an author's agent. Jerry is also very close to Robert. Robert is his quote-unquote, as is said in the play, a close friend of Robert. Jerry is also a family friend of Robert and Emma. The story, Jerry is also married. Jerry is not single. Jerry is a married man. Jerry's wife is Judith. We hear about Judith, but Judith never appears in the play. The play only has three characters: Emma, Robert, and Jerry. What we know is that there is a relationship, illicit relationship, an affair, so-called, going on between Emma and Jerry. This is an affair that has lasted 7 years. So Emma and Jerry have been going behind Robert's back. Emma has been going behind her husband's back, and Jerry is going behind her friend's back to have an illicit relationship among themselves. 7-year-long relationship, and then the relationship comes to an end. And Emma and Jerry, they stop seeing each other, stop meeting each other. 2 years more, 2 years pass. So it's a period of 9 years total. And Emma and Jerry meet again. This is when the play starts. So the relationship starts in 1968. The illicit relationship, the affair, starts in 1968. It continues till 1975 when Emma and Jerry, they fall apart. And in 1977, 2 years later, Emma and Jerry, they are meeting again. They are meeting at a bar, at a pub, to have a drink. The fun part, here is what makes this play so interesting to read and to discuss. The play is written in a reverse chronology. The chronology of the play is inverted. So, the first scene of the play is in 1977 when they are meeting again. Emma and Jerry are meeting again after 2 years of breaking up. The second sequence of scenes are from 1975 when Emma and Jerry actually broke up. The third sequence of scenes are from 1974. The fourth sequence of scenes are from 1973, and so on and so forth. The last scene is in 1968 when Emma and Jerry are actually meeting at a party and Jerry is proposing to Emma. So the last scene is actually the first scene of the play, of the chronology. And the first scene is the last scene of the play. So we are going back in time. We are going from 1977 to 1975 to 1974 to 1973 to 1971 to 1968. We are not moving forward in time. We are going back in time. We'll talk about the implications of this inverted chronology, this reverse chronology, in another lecture. Today, we'll try and sum up the kind of scenes that we have in the play. You will, of course, read the play, and I'm completely sure that this is a play that you will thoroughly enjoy. This is fun. This is fun to read. The first scene of the play is in 1977. Now, please remember this. This is slightly crucial. There are 2 years between 1977 and 1968 where there are multiple scenes. For instance, in 1977, we have 2 scenes, scene 1 and scene 2. In 1975, we have 1 scene, scene 3. In 1974, we have 1 scene, scene 4. In 1973, we have 3 scenes, 5, 6, and 7. In 1971, we have scene 8, and in 1968, we have scene 9. Now, the 2 years where we have multiple scenes, 1977 and 1973, here, within that year, the scenes do not move backward, but they move forward. So, in 1977, we have 2 scenes. Scene 1, where Emma and Jerry meet in a pub after 2 years of breakup. And we have scene 2, where Jerry and Robert, they meet each other after Emma and Jerry have met in the pub. So within that year, within that period of the year, the scenes are moving forward. And then we are back to 1975. And then we are back to 1975. Then we are back to 1973. In 1973 again we have 3 scenes. But these 3 scenes, once again, they move forward. Scene 5, scene 6, scene 7, they move forward within 1973. They are not in reverse chronology. But then we are back to 1971 again and 1968 again. So this is the structure of the play. I have posted this structure for you so that when you listen to this lecture, you can actually follow what I am trying to say. I have written down the scenes, I have written down the years, I have written down the number of these scenes so that it is easier for you to follow. So please have that in front of you if possible when you are listening to the lecture. Or please read the play first. Then you do not need to have the scenes in front of you. You will know what I am talking about. Now, let's talk about the scenes. What is happening? In 1977, 2 years after the breakup, Emma and Jerry meet in a pub. They discuss about their past. They discuss about their relationship. Emma tells Jerry that she has finally decided to break up with Robert. She wants a divorce from her husband. She is having another affair with another man called Casey, an author, and she can no longer remain in a marriage with Robert. Jerry is talking about how they had a 7-year-long relationship which nobody knew. Jerry believes that nobody knew about their secret affair. Emma reveals to Jerry that she has last night, this is what Emma tells, in 1977, on a fine morning, on a fine evening, she tells Jerry that I have informed about our affair, I have revealed our affair to Robert last evening. This makes Jerry extremely uncomfortable because Jerry believed that the affair was a complete secret. Robert is still a friend. Robert and Jerry continue to meet with each other. Despite the fact that Emma and Jerry have broken up. So now that the fact that Robert knows about the 7-year-long affair, Jerry is extremely disturbed. That is the first scene. They discuss about their past and they obviously remember their past, their relationship differently. Now, scene 2. Same day, later on, Jerry is suffering from pangs of conscience because he has gone behind his friend's back and had an affair with his wife. Not a nice thing to do. Not a very polite thing to do. Jerry meets Robert for a drink in Robert's house same day in the evening. And Jerry is extremely apologetic. Jerry is extremely uncomfortable. Jerry is extremely anxious. Jerry believes that Robert has finally come to know about the affair between him and Emma, and Robert must be hating him or something like that. But Robert is completely cool. Robert has no issues. Robert does not bat an eyelid. And this is where the fun comes. Robert tells Jerry that, what are you talking about? I have known about this affair between you and Emma for the last 4 years. This is not news to me. It's not like Emma told me last night. That's a complete lie. I have known about it for the last 4 years and we have remained friends. We used to play squash together. Squash is a racket game. We used to play squash together. It's true that we do not play squash any longer, but we have managed to remain friends. I have always known that you had an affair with my wife. I have always known that you have broken up. Please understand the layers and layers of deception that Pinter is dealing with here. Emma and Jerry have deceived Robert and had a relationship behind his back. They are meeting after 2 years and Emma is still deceiving Robert with someone else, another man called Casey. Emma is not only deceiving Robert, Emma is also deceiving Jerry. When Emma tells Jerry that I have revealed our affair, the truth about our affair, to Robert only last night. Robert is telling Jerry in the next scene that I have known about this affair for the last 4 years and I have not said anything. We have remained friends. So Robert is also deceiving Jerry. Robert is also betraying the friendship. Robert is also betraying the marriage by not reacting as he should as a husband. And he knows about the affair, but he does not say anything to Jerry. He does not say anything to Emma. He maintains status quo. He maintains the decorum. He maintains, the status quo basically. He pretends that nothing has happened. So the story is a story of betrayal at multiple levels. That is what you need to focus on when you read the play. That is 1977. Back, next scene, scene 3. We are going back in time, 1975. 1975, remember, 2 years back, this is the year when Emma and Jerry broke up, when they decided to finish their relationship. Emma and Jerry, we come to know in this scene, did not only have an affair, but they had a secret flat, a love flat. They had a secret flat where they would meet and spend time together. So this is the last time Emma and Jerry, 1975. The affair started in 1968. There's a long way to go back. Emma and Jerry are meeting in that flat. Emma is disillusioned with the relationship. Jerry cannot carry on the burden of deception anymore. They started, obviously, it can be assumed that when they started the relationship with a lot of enthusiasm, but ennui has set in. The relationship now is dead, and we have a scene, very heartbreaking, sad scene between Emma and Jerry, where the love has burnt out. This is a scene of burnt out lovers. They do not share the passion anymore, so they want to bring the relationship to an end now. 1975, a brief scene between Emma and Jerry and how the relationship ends. Back to 1974. Please remember, 1974 is an important year. 1977, one evening, Robert has told Jerry that he has known about the affair between him and his wife for the last 4 years. Which means, in 1974, one scene, scene 4, in Robert and Emma's house, Jerry comes visiting. Scene 4, Robert already knows about the relationship between Emma and Jerry. Robert knows about the relationship between Emma and Jerry. We still do not know how Robert knows about it. Jerry believes that Robert does not know. Jerry pretends that Robert does not know. Robert pretends that Robert does not know. Emma, we do not know what Emma is doing at this point of time. So the motivations of the characters are very, very unclear as we go back in time, as the past is revealed to us. Please understand, this play is about the past being slowly unveiled in front of us. The past is slowly being revealed to us. So, scene 4, Jerry goes to visit Robert and Emma. They spend time together. They talk to each other. Jerry still is in a secret relationship with Emma. Jerry believes Robert does not know. Emma also pretends that Robert does not know. So everybody is actually betraying each other. Robert knows, but Robert pretends that Robert does not know. Everybody is betraying each other at every other level. We will stop here today. I do not want to take away the surprise. So this is where I stop, scene 4. There are 5 scenes left. We have 9 scenes in this play. We'll carry on with this lecture only when, please remember, this is important, only when you guys have finished reading the text. I have not given you any, what should I say, I have not destroyed the play for you, I hope. I hope you will still enjoy reading the play. You want to know what happened in the past, how things came to in such a position, how things arrived at such a position. So please, this is my request, read the play and we'll come back and discuss it. Thank you. That's it.